Hello and welcome to another episode of Café 21. And a hot seat today we have Ben Hughes. Hi Ben Hughes, how are you today?
I'm very well, thank you. Yeah, all good, Yoni. Thanks very much.
Great, welcome. And I'm aware that you are a royal engineer, a charity award winner, a leader in Team Endeavor, currently living in bright and sunny Mozambique. And can you just tell us a little bit about yourself and your association with Team Endeavor, please?
Yeah, sure. So a little bit about myself. I served in the British Army in the Royal Engineers for 24 years. Joined as an 18-year-old. Was very fortunate to represent rugby within the Army, all levels, in both rugby league and rugby union. And I'm very proud of that. It does take a lot of your life up. Professional sportsman, if you like, within the Army. And it was a very sort of rewarding time of my life. And then whilst in the military, towards the end of the military, I started to work more in the sort of welfare part of the Army, and then really got to see different things on what people were dealing with and suffering with and everything else. And I'm also the only founder of Team Endeavor. So I was one of a group, but basically, to cut a long story short, we did a challenge in 2013 where we climbed Kilimanjaro, and it was a sort of an absolute moment of realization that we wanted to carry on doing this because it was such an enjoyable experience and such an amazing opportunity to raise some money at that time for other charities that we thought we would do it again, and that's where Team Endeavor was born from. That's a rough picture, very small window of how it all started, but that's where it began.
Wow, that's incredible! Climbing the mountain. That's the highest mountain in Africa, I assume.
Correct. Yes, it's the rooftop of Africa. So it's literally an amazing experience. I highly recommend it to anybody. But I definitely would highly recommend it going away with you get on with, because there'll be challenging times, and there's nothing better than having a group of people around you that, in my case, were ex-military, and they were just an absolute inspirational bunch. You know, never had. I was a bit concerned because I'd left the Army. Sorry, not at that time, but I was in the process of winding down my Army rugby career, and then I was in the process of leaving the Army. And you don't realise until you've actually left how important these people are to you. So, yeah.
Wonderful. So, can you tell us what Team Endeavor has really been doing so far? How has it really changed people's life using their charity event? How have they really been able to make great impact in people's lives?
Yeah, so Team Endeavor's it's been a journey of sort of exploration as well. But the idea was to, and it still is, to go in and help people and inject that sort of help at the right place within the system or the story of where these people are. And we've been able to, because we're a small charity and quite nimble when it comes to getting involved and getting things done quickly, that we've been able to sort of engage with families, individuals, so children, families, and even veterans who need help. Now, it can be anything really, and we've been doing this recently. Is a lot of communication, a lot of chatting with people who really do need an ear to listen to them, as much as somebody explaining their story about their child maybe dealing with cancer, or people that generally do have problems, that whether it be an addiction problem, whether it be something that they need help with. But one thing really important, Yoni, is the fact that military people are notoriously bad at asking for help. They're very proud about who they are and where they come from, and they see it sometimes as a sign of weakness, but also they don't want to show to everybody else that they have this issue. So it's very, very difficult sometimes to engage with people unless they're willing to engage with you. And it's been a real journey for us to learn that in many ways. But the great thing about Team Endeavor is we're a very small charity, if you like, but we're very in touch with the military way, because a good majority of our volunteers are currently serving soldiers, seamen, and obviously in the RAF. And we have a real sort of finger in the pie in many places where we can get in touch with people, and they get in touch with us to sort of say, look, I know somebody, or this person over here could do with some help. They've got a family that's suffering. Welfare officers, we've been in contact with a few of them, and that's the sort of the key to engaging with people is to get into the right people and give the right service to them people, not just flood them with everything, but give them enough to make them feel that they can get out of this problem themselves. So that's really important.
Great, that's amazing. I know there are a lot of amazing testimonies out there about the charity. Great. So I know it's been a crazy 2020, moving on to 2021. And thankfully, Team Endeavour is organizing an event, the 5K run in March. Can you tell us a bit about that and how important it is for the charity?
Yeah, no, very much so. And this is a great story for me personally, because it's a story from the heart of what we're all about. So there's a 5K challenge that's going to happen, and it was approached by a little girl called Mabel, whose father is Chris Sills, and Chris is part of Team Endeavour. But Chris wasn't originally part of Team Endeavour. Chris was in a situation where he had to reach out to us for some assistance for Mabel, and we were very willing to sort of help in any way we could. Mabel was born very premature and obviously came with lots of complications. I think she's had a huge amount of operations since being so small. And I think, she's a brave little girl. She's an inspiration to us all. She's always got a smile on her face, and her dad, Chris, is an absolute an amazing father figure for her in regards to, he cares about her so much, but then he's got this great way of making her feel motivated and inspiring others to do good things. And Mabel is absolutely determined to not run as such, but do 5 kilometers, whether it be wheelchair bound or whether she can stagger a few steps. But in support with Dad, Chris, who is going to, take her on that challenge. And it's just this lovely story, from what we managed to do for Mabel, which was obviously raise some funds to get her a hospital bed at home, so she wouldn't choke at night when she was being sick and everything else. And wheelchairs, and that to help give her the quality of life that she can have. It's just amazing. It's an amazing story to see the determination, and I think children are very resilient like that. They're fantastic when it comes to dealing with stuff. And I think Chris wanted to sort of show, and it was Mabel as well that really pushed this to do this challenge. And Chris thought, well, there's nothing better than to give something back to the charity that helped us in the first place. So this little challenge now, which is actually growing arms and legs and becoming quite an interesting topic within the team, that's for sure, is it's almost giving everybody an inner sort of edge to sort of compete against each other, which is brilliant, Mabel is key, and she's determined to do this 5K, and we're all going to get behind her and do our 5K as well with her where we can, all over the world, including myself in Mozambique. I'll find somewhere that I can start running and pull it together. So it's all on Strava, and any people that want to help and get involved with that, then it's on Team Endeavour Strava. You can look for searches on Team Endeavour. Chris Sills is the main man who's put this together with support from some of the team, but really Chris is determined to make this work, and I'm really quite impressed with how Chris and his family have taken on with this. It's just an amazing opportunity for us.
Great, wonderful. Even us at STG, we are super excited to be a part, and we're all putting our gears together to be part of the 5K run. So finally, can you just tell us what are some of the plans or some of the events that Team Endeavour is planning to do after this 5K run in this 2021?
Yeah, so obviously very much like everything, COVID dependent. So we are waiting for certain nights for us to be able to travel. But the main thing at the moment is the challenge of Kilimanjaro again. We're going to go back to where this first started for us. And we've got people from overseas and from America and from the UK that want to take this challenge on. New people with a sprinkling of the old guard who can offer the experience close to what we had when we first started. So, this is going to be fantastic for them. It's going to be fantastic for the charity because it almost recharges the batteries for us, and people are very excited about going. So there's lots going on with Kilimanjaro, and I even believe Shireen is going to take the challenge on as well. So, there's plenty of high-profile people that want to get involved in this, and that's fantastic. And I believe, that if there's more people that want to get involved in it, then reach out to Team Endeavour. There possibly maybe a seat or two left, but I don't know. I'd have to check that. But the bottom line is, it's a great opportunity for people to really sort of get a taste of what Team Endeavour is about. And then we have other things in the pipeline. We've discussed. We've been actually approached by some people from the racing circuits. They've asked to car racing. They want to do some sort of challenge of us. We're in the process of talking about the detail of that, but that looks promising. Maybe a Le Mans type event, which could be good fun. And we're yet to reach out to certain individuals, but yeah, that's another sort of mini challenge that could be put in the pipeline. And then obviously then on top of all the other things we're doing, we have a couple of big functions coming up, but again, that's had to be put on hold for now until obviously COVID sort of passes and we can actually go firm with that. But as it stands, we want to have a sort of celebration of coming out of COVID. So we want to have a big sort of gathering and pull everyone together, say our thank yous to all the people that have been working so hard, over the period that we've been in, which has been really testing for everybody. But just sort of pull everybody together and say a big thank you. And then really show everybody what we've got planned,
Great, absolutely. I'm super excited to have interviewed you today. I'm a super fan of you, and yeah, thank you very much for being on Hot Seat today. And I would like to say, stay safe and stay blessed. Thank you very much.
Only my pleasure. Thank you.